Dun, 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 dun. Hey guys! The countdown to the Olympics has officially begun. We're about 3 weeks away from the games in Rio, and I just can't wait. Growing up, I remember my family would gather around the TV every evening to cheer on the swim team, synchronized swimming, diving, and gymnastics. That was my personal favorite. What about yours? So today I thought it would be really fun to make Olympic donuts, but not just any Olympic donuts. These are mirror glazed Olympic donuts, the hot new trend of 2016. Before we get into it, if you guys are new to this channel, welcome, and please be sure to subscribe for more beautiful, delicious, and colorful food videos. If you're coming back, thank you so much for watching, and let's give this video a big thumbs up if you're into donuts or the Olympics. Okay, first I'm gonna start by making my donuts. In a bowl, I'm adding 1 1/4 cups of flour, half a cup of sugar, half a teaspoon of baking soda, and half a teaspoon of kosher salt, and then I'll mix it well. Now I have half a cup of buttermilk. Then I'll just add in 1 egg, half a cup of neutral oil. Here I'm using avocado oil, but you can use coconut oil, vegetable oil, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then I'll give it a good stir. Now I'll just pour in my wet ingredients into my dry ingredients, and then I'll give it another good mix. With my piping bag with a tip on it, I'll pour the batter in. I'm using a cup to hold the piping bag because it makes it easier for me to fill. Now, in my donut pan that I've lightly greased, I'll pipe the batter in 3/4 of the way up. And then, I'll bake it for 10 to 12 minutes at 350 degrees. Once it's done, I'll let it cool completely while I work on my buttercream. In a bowl, I'm adding 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 2 cups of powdered sugar, a pinch of salt, 1 tablespoon of milk, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and I'll mix it until it's nice and fluffy. Okay, now I'll start working on my mirror glaze. In a small bowl, I have 7 grams of unflavored gelatin powder, and I'll add in 60 grams of water. I'll give it a good mix and set it aside. I'm gonna let this bloom for about 10 minutes. Now, in a medium saucepan, I'll add in 150 grams of sugar, 150 grams of corn syrup, 75 grams of water. I'll give it a good mix, and then I'll bring it to a boil on medium-high heat. I'll give it another stir, and then I'll take it off heat. In a glass bowl, I'll add in 150 grams of white chocolate, 100 grams of sweetened condensed milk, and then my bloom gelatin. Now I'll pour in my heated sugar and mix everything together until the gelatin's dissolved. To finish it off, I have my immersion blender to mix everything together. I'll divide the glaze evenly into 4 bowls, and then I'll add in my Olympic colors: blue, red, yellow, and green. I'll work on the black one next. But the red one needs work, and so does the green, so I'll add in a little bit more coloring. Ah, perfect. Look at that mirror, guys! I'll put a coat of plastic wrap on each one, making sure the plastic wrap touches the surface, and then I'll set it aside to cool. Now, for the black glaze, I'm going to start with 4 grams of unflavored gelatin powder, 30 grams of water. I'll mix it up and let it bloom. Now, again, in a medium saucepan, I'll add in 100 grams of granulated sugar, 30 grams of cocoa powder, 35 grams of heavy cream, 55 grams of water, and give it a good mix. I'll heat it up on medium-high heat, and then I'll whisk it all together until it starts to bubble. Once it simmers, I'll add in 25 grams of my dark chocolate pieces, and I'll whisk it again until it melts completely. I'll pull it off heat, and then I'll add in my bloom gelatin. I'll whisk it all together until the gelatin dissolves. It's nice and smooth. Here, I'm just adding a touch more black food coloring. Then, in my bowl with a sieve on top, I'll pour the mixture through. If there's any chunks or bubbles, just mix it through the sieve again. For this one, I just need to set it aside and let it cool. Okay, back to the donuts. I'm gonna ice each one with the buttercream until it's nice and smooth. Then I'll stick it in the fridge for about 5 minutes to let the buttercream firm up. And voila, I've arranged it into the Olympic rings. Now I'm just gonna pour the glaze over in the color pattern of the Olympic flag. I have blue, and then my chocolate for black, and then the red, that's my favorite because it's so shiny, yellow at the bottom, and green for the last one. Isn't it shiny and beautiful? Ah! Oh my gosh, this is so pretty! My favorite is the red donut. Look how shiny and beautiful it is. It's almost too pretty to eat. Almost looks fake actually, but we're gonna give it a try. Wow. The donut is sweet with just a hint of vanilla, and the buttercream just ties everything together, and then to top it off, the red glaze. It's so good. It's like sweet, not too sweet. If you guys like this recipe, be sure to make it for your own Olympics viewing party. And if you do make it, be sure to tag me on Instagram at Honeysuckle Catering so I can see, like it, and comment. And be sure to check out my last video, which was the 25 epic toast ideas. And I also daily vlog on my other channel, Wild Honeysuckle. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye! It's like a mirror, I can see myself.